Normal microbial flora. Normal microbial flora refers to the microbial population that inhabits both the internal and external surfaces of a healthy human being or an animal. Usually, a human fetus, when it's present in the mother's womb, is sterile, but it is exposed to a variety of organisms at birth. So, this microbial colonization begins right from birth, and these microorganisms colonize and they develop into the normal microbial flora of an organism. Usually, they are of two different types. They can be resident flora, resident microbial flora, or transient microbial flora. The resident microbial flora are usually fixed microorganisms that are constantly found in a specific area at any given time, and they can always re-establish themselves, and they prevent colonization of other microorganisms. So, resident flora is usually fixed. It is fixed and it is for long term. Whereas transient microflora consists of either pathogenic or non-pathogenic microorganisms that inhabit a specific part of an organism only for a short period of time, usually like days or weeks. And if they are disturbed, they cannot re-establish. They do not re-establish permanently. Now, this microbial flora can have various beneficial effects. They can be beneficial These microbial flora can actually play a beneficial role in a human body. Some of those main benefits are, the first one is, some of these microbial flora, they can actually synthesize certain vitamins. Vitamins like B complex vitamins or vitamin K, right? And these help in the nutrition of the host. The second benefit is they prevent colonization of pathogens. So as this microbial flora, they are already present in a specific place, they have already colonized in the human body, they prevent further colonization from any pathogens. So they protect the host from pathogenic infections, and they also help by preventing the colonization of the pathogens. They also help in building the immunity of the host. The overall immunity of the host is higher, right? So if you do an experiment and observe the state of sterile neonates, if an organism is highly sterile and it doesn't have microbial flora, then the overall immunity of that particular organism is very less. So microbial flora actually contributes in building the immunity of the host. That is because some of the pathogens can have related antigens with this microbial flora. The normal microbial flora and the pathogens, they can have related or shared antigens. So because of that similarity, the host will end up developing immunity to those pathogens. Now, these are some of the major benefits of the normal microflora, but they can also be certain harmful effects. They can be certain harmful effects of normal microbial flora too. The major problem with normal microflora are they act as opportunistic pathogens. That means usually when they are present along with the host, they don't cause any infection. But if at all the host immunity comes down, the immunity of the host comes down because of some other illness, then these pathogens can actually, these normal microbial flora can actually become pathogens and they can end up causing an infection in the host. Hence they are known as opportunistic pathogens. And the second problem with normal microbial flora are they interfere in diagnosis. When we want to diagnose a patient for any infection, it becomes very difficult to diagnose because these normal microbial flora are inherently present throughout the body. Because they are present everywhere, it becomes very difficult to differentiate between the normal microbial flora and the pathogen. So hence they interfere with the diagnosis, and that can be one more problem with this normal microbial flora. So this is what normal microbial flora means and their beneficial and harmful roles.